Well, hello everyone. Long time no see. I have been stricken with the virus, one of many viruses, I guess, and gotten much better. I was pretty much laid up for about a week. I didn't have a voice for part of that time, so I couldn't very well record. And I was just at the end of my heart bookend, which you will see the completion of that. I had some issues, some things come up, but it will reappear. I promise you that. So I haven't forgotten. So what I'm doing today is I've already dusted. I am sorry about that because I really wasn't, when I first started dusting, I really wasn't on the mend quite yet. So anyway, what I have going on here is I have taken my little frog and I've used the Let's Resin Chrome, and this color is light blue chrome powder. Isn't that beautiful? I burnished it in real good on the legs of the frog and the turtle, and I'm about to apply their eyes, so I thought I better just go ahead and film me doing that. So hence no gloves. This is why, because I'm just working with the dusting and burnishing and that sort of thing, and I don't like doing it with my gloves on. So, and I'm safe, so I'm going to put, I've got a pair of, well, light purple and some green eyes to put in them. Now, I really don't have much of an issue with this little guy here, but I have had issues in the past with Mr. Turtle. So, maybe if I hold my breath for a little while and don't start coughing, then I should be able to apply those no problemo. So I will get started on that, and then after that, my next step is, okay, I'm going to tell you the reason behind this. It's like a lesson learned. When you put the eyes in, you're putting them in with UV resin, and I'm using Let's Resin UV resin. This is for bonding. This is bonding resin, okay? And I used the little light that goes along with it. If I find where I lay, there it is. It's got a powerful magnet on it too. I'm going to show you this. It's really handy light because, and it comes, these come as a kit. And of course you got your power right there. I usually take this off because it, without my fingernails, it's really hard to get in there. But what we have here is USB. You just plug that into your USB port, and that's how you charge it. And that snaps right back. And that is a really powerful magnet, so I put it by anything metal, it'll grab up just about anything. So that's how I'm going to apply the eyes. This and this. I'm going to attempt to, okay? But first, I'm going to take my parchment paper out from under me because I'm done dusting these. I have more dusting to do. Don't mind my dirty fingers. I've got powder underneath my fingernails. I've got it, cleaned it up, most of it, but, and I have some more dusting to do. I'm making a box, this little box right here. I hope you can see it. And I'm going to dust and burnish. I'm going to try. I might not do the inside. I may just do the lid And I would like to try the sides. I might be able to do that. But if not, that's okay, because I'm just going to use some color, the purple color. I have a purple paste that I'm going to use to color it, and I have decided that the rose, which will go with my name, and I'm real excited because I just got all my business cards in the mail, and they're awesome. And the background is the Northern Lights, but it's the Northern Lights from where I live, and I live in southern Iowa, so it was quite spectacular and quite excitement. But I did live in Minnesota for several years, and 3 of my children were born in Minnesota. And, well, actually 4 of my children were born in Minnesota. Let me think now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. 4 of my children were born in Minnesota, and I mean, the Northern Lights up there is indescribable. They're absolutely spectacular. I mean, they literally take your breath away. They're so beautiful. So anyway, I'll get off that topic. That's what I use as my background on my business card. Anyway, back to the topic at hand, which is my rose that will go along with my name, and wherever I put it it's going to be like a purple, deep type purple rose. Not a red one or a pink one or any other color. It's going to be purple. Not to mention that's my favorite color. So I'll get my other dusting products kind of moved out of the way here for a little bit. And I know I got a new little level from Little Windows. I love her products. I've got a lot of them, and this little level here is so handy because it's small, but it'll fit in just about anywhere, and they're very effective. But I keep one on both tables. So, and I've got to finish this little guy, the little bear with the heart. I've got to finish him up. I had a little overage last time because I just used my leftover white in him, so I didn't get to finish him. And I want to show you this. Now this, I'd say you can use it, you can use it as a base and it comes along with corks. So I'll open that over here so it's not quite as crunchy and loud. So once you get it completed, obviously, then the cork fits inside. So you can use it for whatever, because it actually does have some storage in it. So I thought it'd make a nice base myself. You pick the right colors, everybody's colors are different, but however you choose to make it, make a nice base, makes a nice little bottle, a little storage bottle, or however you want to use it. But I'm excited about this one because this one I'm just going to use clear resin, and I'm going to use alcohol inks, and I'm also going to use the sinking white alcohol ink by Let's Resin, and there's some really awesome effects, so I'll just show you as we move on. And okay, I'm redoing part of my studio. I don't have much more room than what you're looking at right here. No, actually, it was a bedroom. It was my daughter's bedroom. She's now out on her own, and so I kind of took it over. I left things in here that were hers, you know, left them on the shelf as she left them, and my son as well. Okay, now, like I said, I want you to look at these up close because the burnishing of these chromes are absolutely gorgeous. And the difference, one big difference for me anyway, for the chrome as opposed to the chameleon powders, which they're equally as beautiful, is that with most of the chameleons, to get the, excuse me, most of the chrome powders, you could, or all of them really, you can use any color. In other words, I can do these in clear, I can do them in red, green, whatever I choose, and this is still going to show through, and it's still going to be pretty much this color. And it doesn't show through, the color, background color doesn't show through, as opposed to the chameleon powders, majority of them, you need to use a darker color, black, dark blue, dark purple, I suppose, depending on what colors you use, and they're absolutely gorgeous too. But it fades them. I mean, that's what I call it. It doesn't fade them, but that's what it looks like to me, that it fades the color and the effect when you use lighter colors, clear resin, just pale colors or pastels. So you really need a good solid color, you know, and a dark color at that. So off we go. And it took me a minute to figure out what I'm going to do with these guys, and I'll show you here in a minute. I think I'm going to try to get the turtle. Yeah, do the, you know, save the easier one for last. Let's see now. I'm looking at what you're looking at. I'm trying to adjust this a little bit better. More like that, I suppose. Can you see okay? Okay. So I gotta avoid getting this on my fingers, so, but I'm not gonna put my gloves on. But I am going to use tweezers. And these, they lock, so it's kind of nice, but it's the unlocking part that, you know, just a jar, a bump, or whatever will misplace your eyeball. I don't need that happening. So I'm trying to decide. I've got these little guys over here. They're pretty good. They grip pretty good. So now it doesn't really matter to me which one's got what. So I'll start with the light purple ones for the turtle. Now, normally I would I think I'm just going to do like I normally do. I've seen it lately. I've seen these applied a little differently. I thought about trying it, but today, no, I don't think so. I'm going to, let's see, you got to get down in there where the little bulge there is on the eye. You got to get down in there. Pretty good, but you don't want to put a gob. You just want to put just a little bit, because these aren't very big eyes. Then put my eye over. I'll take it, possibly, and I just just kind of drop them and then slide them into place, or try to. Right now I'm not as easy as I'm saying that it is. Okay, we've got eyeball number 1. So I got eyeball number 1 in there, and then next I do take my light and slide this off. Well, maybe not. It'll be all right. And I got to down in there, do it from this. Actually, I'm going to be doing this from all, you seeing this okay? From all directions. You want to make sure that that UV is set up good. So in order to get a good strong hold, you've got to go from inside, outside, sideways, backwards. Well, not backwards, but I just threw that in there. So we have just about, we will see. I will see here in just a second how well it adhered. I'm going to use my finger. Boy, it's in there. It's in there. Oh, I hope there's no issues. Alrighty. Speaking of issues, I have to stop periodically. Wipe my nose. I'm not completely over this stuff yet, but hopefully soon. I got to sleep the first night without coughing all night last night, so that's a plus. Okay, get him ready this time. Now, and like I said, you got to be so careful after you apply them, because you bump them and they're going to come undone. So, and you got to, hopefully it doesn't happen today, but I can't tell if I got that. Better light. There we go. No, is that right? Well, I got to check, see something. Yeah, good, good, good. I want to make sure that that didn't drop somewhere else. I'm going to push on it a little bit. I don't want to, because I don't want the other eye. Can't really tell. We'll attempt it again. Just a little bit, just a little bit. I just need a little bit. There we go, that's all. Now, hopefully this goes in as easily as the other one. Slide that in there into the socket. It helped having smaller hands, that's for sure, but still. Alrighty then, I think it is set to go. Yeah. So we will do the same here as we did with the other one. I may have to add a little more UV resin because I didn't really get much, as much as I thought I did. But it's, yeah, it's gonna hold for sure. So I'll get that baby on there. This little set here is so handy, and not just for eyeballs, for a lot of things that you want to adhere but don't want to use glue, or you'd rather use the UV resin. And this little light is just, it's a powerhouse. And it, looking at that other eye, it doesn't look, is that in there? Anyway, this, it does, it's very powerful for such a little one. And it's awesome because it's, oh, my light is red, so I don't have much power left. I didn't think to charge these before I got started. Okay, they're in there. Oh, they're in there as good as they're gonna get, I do believe. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have to charge it just a little bit. So I have to get down here and plug it into my USB. I've got a really nice USB tower, effective anyway, USB tower, but at the moment it's out of reach, so I got to use my multi-plug. It's right down here, it's handy, it's right down here under my table. So I think I'll explain to you. That's what I'll do next. I'm going to explain to you what my plan is. And after I put his eyes on, then I thought about dusting the shell a little bit. And I still might with a lighter, I think it might be a good idea, color of mica powder. No need to use chameleon or anything like that. I could just use one of the Mateos. I've got the Ghost Blue, Missing Twilight, and Hawaiian Sunset. And they are 3 different colors. This one has got more of a pinkish purple tint to it, and this obviously is a blue purple. And the Hawaiian Sunset is more of a pink, a lot of pink in there. So I will possibly be using those. And as I see, you know, after you dust, even though you think it's all, you know, you've cleaned up all the excess that got knocked around in there, you might see an area where, I don't know what that is. How'd that get in there? Huh. Well, it looks like there is little droplets, and now how on earth this happened is beyond me, but little droplets of resin. And I haven't attempted the eyes, I haven't done anything but the burnishing of the legs, of his little legs and toes. And it seems kind of weird because I usually make red toes on these guys. I don't know how that got in there. That is just a mystery. How it not only got in there, but it got down in there by the eyeballs. And this is the first I've attempted the eyeballs, so we'll see what I can get out of there. That's just strange. Very strange. What's going on around here? Gently move him. He's got his eyeballs in now, so got to gently move him around for sure. Don't want to lose those. Okay, then I'm going to take I got a bunch of different sizes and lengths, and Q-tips work really well too. But these were handy sitting right here. I got my old trusty spray bottle I've had for years, and put the alcohol on it and go in there, and if there's any glitter around the area that you don't want there, then you just take your little applicator and I'll be ding-daddy. You can just wipe, it'll come right off with the alcohol, as long as you got plenty of alcohol on there, which it's already dried up on me. But I do see still an issue, and I got to figure out how I'm going to get that out of there. That is just a mystery. Will remain a mystery because it makes no sense. And he was all cleaned up, looking new. But I had poured so many little frogs in all different colors and applications. And now I was going to, originally, I have made what I call, I just named them that for my own self, keep a note on them, and that is a window, what I call a window. And what I do is I pour a small amount of clear, and if you do it before you burnish, then you have to worry about, you know, glitter getting underneath it. So I always do it first, and I pour the clear, and I let that clear set up. So, like, you know, if I'm using my heat mat, only a few hours. If I'm not, just overnight, just let it set, and I can get other projects going, you know, by letting these set and set up. And by doing that, I take this area right here and pour a puddle. If you see it where it's going down in the head and you don't want it to, all you gotta do is put a little popsicle stick under there, hike it up. If that's not good enough, you use more, or another, something else, like my trusty little level. And that way, get it right where you want it in the center, and we let it set up. Then I have some, but I have them downstairs, but I have some that I've made that are pretty popular. A lot of men and women have bought those from me. Anyway, I just put the clear, set it up. I take the temporary tattoos, and that's what I had over here. I was going to show you. This is a little temporary tattoo, and you can put butterfly, a flower, anything really on that clear, and apply it like you do, getting the moisture on the back side, make sure it's pretty well wet, and do that for 20 seconds or so, and then dab off any extra. I made the mistake of not doing that, but you dab off any extra, and then all you got to do is slide this, and that tattoo comes off and applies to the clear resin. So then on his back, he's got a little window with whatever you decide to put in there. Same as the turtle. I've done it with both of them, and they're a pretty popular little item. So I've got that, got it ready for my eyes, I do believe. I don't have, it's just, I know I'm going on and on, but that just blows my mind that that resin was in there, like, of all things. Glitter, I get it, totally get it, but resin, I don't know. Well, I think our little guy would be okay just to do these. So, yeah. Put that back on him. And here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and flip both of these over. So, again, like I said, don't mind my dirty hands. My dirty, wrinkly hands. Alrighty then. Now, here we go with the frog's eyes. His are easier because he's got a wider, you know, his head's wider here. It's easier to get in there. It's easier to, you know, put the eyeball in, put the resin in. It's just easier all the way around. There, I think that's plenty. Go on down in there, okay? And we grab the eye. Right and that went smooth. It went slick. There we go. So now I gotta torch him with the UV light. Oh, he's bouncing around in there, and I'm grabbing, look, I told you, I'm grabbing tweezers, and so I need to put either more resin, maybe, I'm not certain. I thought I had plenty in there, but it popped right out of there. So I'm just going to go right past the eye with my little applicator and apply a little bit more. I think I had a bubble was the issue. It was more bubble than it was resin. So come on now, guy. There we go. Now, that one I can definitely see. So, wait a minute. Am I even putting them in the right spot? Yeah. There. That's a good amount right there. And if you see me, by doing this, I'm just seeing for sure that it's in the right spot, and it is. Move this out of my way before I dump it. And here we go. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see pretty good? I hope so. I got a new tripod the other day, so I'm just not ready yet to use it because I've got carpet in here. Yeah, I know, carpet. But, and it's got a lot of life left to it, I guess, but, phew. Yeah, but anyway, I can't just set that on carpet, obviously. You know, there's no stability there, so I've got to clear an area in the corner of my studio and put down something so it's basically sitting on solid ground. And once I do, it's beautiful. It's awesome, and it's got a flex hose part to it that will make it so much simpler to do my adjusting. My videos will be better. Everything will be better, all better. Now that I'm getting all better, then I will start. I'm not certain how to hold this the right way to get it. Make sure that I get it this time. Yeah, there was a bubble that time too. That's exactly what happened. It was a bubble. Oh my. Too much. There's such thing as too much too, you know. And by golly, I found it. I can mess around with that. Okay, now take my eye. Whoa. Eye flying. Now I'm going to scratch my turtle and pay attention. You know, I thought about using those other tweezers to, the ones that lock, but keyword, they lock. Be nice for picking them up and putting them in there. Can you see what I'm doing here? And I put it down in there, and it looks pretty, you know, pretty even across with the other eye. Pretty much as good as I think I'm going to get it. And I will now UV it, torch it from all sides. Whoop. this little torch is really handy. Even for other projects that I have, it's pretty handy. And I do a lot of jewelry. You know, the smaller pieces, it just comes in so handy. I've got the bigger light, much bigger. And then I have the one that the items slide into. It comes from the top and the bottom. When you do little jobs like this, it's so nice to have, not only have a small one, but quality one that you know is going to last you a long time. If you take care of it, it'll last you a long time. Do another once over on this eye. Yeah, get it all around. And voila. Well, looky there, that held it on. Maybe that's supposed to do that. Okay, so I am going to plug this in now because I need a little bit more time to charge it. And it's starting to get hot. Can't have that. Like I said, take care of them, they'll last. You don't, they won't. That resin has so many awesome products. I just love it, but I just have, you know, my purchases, do them in spurts till it, you know, when it gets a little lucrative, then I didn't even use this one, did I? When it gets a little bit better as far as getting my channel going and getting things, the ball rolling, then I will be able to purchase more. I love the debubbler that I have. It's a small one, but it does the work. Excuse me, Lola. You have to get down and keep barking. I have my older dog up here with me. She's always up here with me. Lola, you bark, you gotta get down. Nobody out there. Okay? All right, folks. What I'm gonna do now, I think, is I'm gonna pause. Pause for the cause, but I'm gonna pause. And I might add a little more resin to his eyes. His eyes protrude this way. And I'm just worried I'm going to clip it or something and clean up, make more room, and move on to the next step. So I will see you in just a little bit. Bye-bye, everybody. Stick around, please.